Your blessings over me.
Tracy Ann Smith again, man. Blessings over me. Listen, and when you have your blessings over you, and remain silent so that your blessings them multiply and multiply. You see the energy I'm giving you is my next guest, When we remain silent instead of speaking up, what is the cost? If we have knowledge or even just a feeling that can reveal a problem, suggest a way to move forward, or bring attention to an issue that can be resolved, why do we hesitate to speak up? Well, joining us this morning is motivational speaker and Chief Executive Officer of Prescient Consulting Services Limited, Rochelle Cameron. Rochelle!
Morning, Delia.
How you do? Listen, that's the quietest I've ever heard her. I'm telling you, she'll give me her TV.
Yeah. The TV voice.
The me, I remember one time writing an HR person and saying silence is the biggest enemy in your organization. I did, and
Yes.
I have a feeling why, but please share with us why are people afraid to speak up in an organization?
So people are sometimes afraid of the sound of their own voice.
Okay.
Because of judgment. Mm-hmm. I wonder if this sounds sensible. I wonder what they're going to say if I say this. Mm-hmm. And what happens is that we have to surround ourselves in an organization with mentors, so that we can understand the culture of our organization, how we give feedback in an organization, but we can also impact and change the way that feedback is given. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you an example. Some of us, our voice is heard before we say a word. We face tough up.
Yes.
So we have a little point for make, but we tough up we face because we already believe that people not going to listen to us. But the way that we approach with our body language, the way we walk into a meeting, where we sit in a meeting, also provides the platform for our voice to be heard. And we can't be afraid of our own voice, because what happens is we stay there, we complain, we go to the lunchroom and we sit down and we say, me did have a point for making at the meeting, but nobody never asked me. What do you mean nobody never asked you? Raise your hand. Mm-hmm. If you don't understand, raise your hand. If clarification is needed, raise your hand and ask. Mm. And many times we are afraid to even ask a question because we think it's a dumb question. Mm-hmm. But everybody else, when you ask the question, they might write the answer.
They have the same question they want to ask.
They have the same question
they want to ask.
So one of the things I always advise persons is, remember, your voice is not just what comes out of your mouth. Mm. Your voice is how you show up. So you have to show up like you have a voice. Yeah. Show up in a way, move with the confidence that you have a right to be here. You're an employee of the organization. People walk into meetings and there's a meeting table with chairs around it and they stand behind it. Oh my goodness.
Them sit behind the table.
Sometimes we have to say, were you on the meeting invite? You were invited to the meeting. Sit in the middle of the table so that you can be seen and everybody around the table can be seen. Mm-hmm. Another thing that helps is we are better able to communicate with people and use our voice when we know their names.
Correct.
So remember people's names. So I can say, Delia, that was a great point. Let me expand on that. Or can I get clarification on Delia's point? Mm-hmm. Delia, can you say a little bit more about that topic? What I'm doing is using my voice, but I'm also giving Delia an opportunity to use her voice. Mm-hmm. I'm giving her confirmation. I'm giving her affirmation. So she start talk too. So even just in asking a question, seeking clarification, we're getting a conversation going. And you'd be surprised that people start looking to you and saying, do you have any more questions? What did you think about the point? But we have to stake our claim to use our voice.
All right, Rochelle. So me are going, me like. So some people will say, me not bother open my mouth, because next time I go open my mouth and I'm going to get myself in a problems. In an environment like that, where you feel like if I speak up, it's going to work against me. If I speak up, they're going to listen, but they're not hearing. They're not going to make a difference. Should I still speak up?
So you ask yourself a couple of questions. What is my actual point that I want to make? Am I trying to give feedback to improve a system, a process in the organization? Am I giving information that will help us to do something novel and innovative? Is there something happening in the underbelly of the organization that I need to comment on?
Right.
So sometimes we react that way because we're reacting from the emotion of the matter. We have to separate ourselves from the emotion of the matter because we're trying to get some information across. So I'll give you an example. E.K. Miller of blessed memory.
Yeah.
He was always my bouncer offer. So I would go and sit with him and say, this is the point that I want to make. But he was such a great communicator that he would help me in framing it. Sometimes we need help, you know. Sometimes we need a friend that we can call and say, this is how I'm going to say it. And they can say, your voice sounds angry though. Or, wow, what a great point. Maybe you could expand on this. Or, no is not the time. Today is not the day. This is a better way to do it. And remember too that...
Or even this is a better way to say it. Because
exactly.
they might think you're coming at them when you're really trying to help.
Let me tell you, you know, when you are giving feedback, people immediately get defensive with feedback. So if we understand that even just the cadence of our voice, the calmness in giving the point, no matter how I know the point, well, you know, I write down what I'm going to say, you know, so I know my 3 bullet points. So that I'm able, if any nervousness comes on, if I get overwhelmed with the emotion, I'm able to refer to it. Some things too, the issue started with the email.
Yes.
Because sometimes the email, the voice is already in the email, you know. So you also have to know what your email voice sounds like because you came at everybody in the email and you copied everybody. So in the meeting, everybody...
From them coming to a meeting, them say, watch me an hour, watch me an hour.
But you can read it, read the room, understand the audience. Say, you know that my email may have gotten everybody's backup, and I apologize for that. What I really mean to say is X. What I mean to say is we could do this better. Sometimes you feel like you're the youngest voice in the room. Everybody else knows each other. You are invited to the meeting. You're a part of the meeting. And when you are paying attention in a meeting, actually listening to the points, you're better able to. Because sometimes we never listen to the point, you know. We did
ask
on
back
the
a
phone,
question somebody already addressed.
Or we're on the Zoom and we did click off for the Zoom and we're gone about with business, so we didn't hear the point. So you see, when you're paying attention, taking notes and so on, and you're able to refer to points because people know that you are actually listening. So there's nothing people like than the sound of their voice and to know that you listen to their point. You can refer to what you agreed with. Because, you know, people like to know you agreed with something. And then you're able to give feedback. So I say, don't go from the emotion of it. Plan it out. Strategize the communication because you want to get the point across. So nobody, me not say nothing. Fold up your hand like that, and your folding of your hand has already said 10,000 words. So calm yourself. Make the points that you want to make, write them down, get some feedback from it, and hear the sound of your voice. Bring something in your voice that says, hey, listen to me now. And we practice. It's not today we start talk. We practice and listen to ourselves all in the car when we are talking.
Correct. This is what I want to say, and this is how I'm going to say it. We could talk all morning, Rochelle, but we have to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Speaking with us, can we find you online?
Yes, you can. We are at www.weareprescient.com.
Awesome. Motivational speaker and Chief Executive Officer of Prescient Consulting Services Limited, Rochelle Cameron. Speak up, guys. Speak up. Coming up next, we hear all about Burgess Christmas promotion. We'll soon come.